Hi everyone. So again, I'm Karina. Welcome to In the Life of a Mermaid. So I'm in my room today, so you can kind of see again some of the things that I like. That's me and my husband. We love Joker and Harley, as you can probably tell. So yeah, today I had a good day. I'm feeling a little tired. Went to bed super late last night. Slept over at a friend's. We had a sleepover for our birthdays. So just feeling really tired. Went to bed late. Woke up super early and we're just kind of running around. But I had an amazing day. It was so much fun just seeing them. It always just reminds me like I'm able to just be unapologetically myself, like I'm doing here. But like I'm just myself and they really understand me and accept me for who I am. And it's always just an amazing feeling to be with them. So it's totally worth the tiredness. I'm just like, oh, I'm ready for bed, but still have a lot of things to do. But yeah, so today I just kind of wanted to share a little bit more about me, kind of, you know, just things that I like, and then again, kind of like what led me to where I'm at right now and kind of what I'm doing. Share a little bit of my journey in that sense. And then I also kind of wanted to touch a little bit on suicide. September is National Suicide Awareness Month. So I kind of wanted to dab into that as well. So again, a little bit more of myself. I shared yesterday a little bit about my career path and kind of what I want to do and stuff like that, my passion and where I work. I'm the middle child. I guess you can say I had middle child syndrome. I think now I see it differently and I accept, have a good relationship with my sisters, my mom, family, just family in general. But growing up, I think I always felt like I didn't belong. I always felt like, my mom was kind of more connected to my older sister. And then I felt like my younger sister had like, I think she was just always more connected to my dad than I was at that point. So I don't know. I always just felt like I didn't belong, not at school, not at home. I always just felt like I think up until now, I always felt like I've been longing to belong. I think it was until when I met my husband that I felt that I found someone that I belong with. And that really accepted me for who I am and loves me unconditionally. Um, but yeah, so I'm the middle child, and again, I think it had a lot to do with where I found a lot of things, but that's in the past. Like I said, I have a good relationship with my sisters, my mom, my dad, and kind of just moving forward with that. So I am married, like I kind of mentioned. My husband, we've been together for 11 years this year, and we've been married for 3. I don't have my rings on right now, but we do have matching ink or tattoos. We got them during our honeymoon in Miami. I think just we had been wanting to get something matching and just to symbolize like our wedding and stuff. And we both love the sea and all that stuff. I'm a mermaid, he's a pirate, type thing. So I think we saw the anchor and we both just like, yeah, that's the one. And then again, I think the meaning, at least for myself, is that he is my anchor. He's the one that keeps me grounded. If it wasn't for him, like I honestly don't know, where I would be or what I would do. Like he's the one that has pushed me. Every time I feel like giving up, he's always there for me. He's always just motivating me and reminding me of how great I am, and just always super supportive. Always has my back. No matter how crazy an idea is, he's my number one cheerleader. He means the world to me. And he's just amazing. I love you, babe. But yeah, so we've been together, like I said, for 11 years now. Um, Things are great. Like any couple, we have our ups and downs and whatnot. I mean, that's normal, but I can honestly say, he's the one for me and I'm the one for him. We're great together. I think, past month or so, definitely our communication has improved. And again, our relationship, like, couldn't be better. But I mean, I've always known he's my soulmate, obviously, that's why we're married. But yeah. So that's kind of as far as like relationship wise where I'm at. We met through a mutual friend. Um, she kind of set us up in a sense, but she brought us together, and then again, me and him just connected, and we've been pretty much together since. Like I said, I'm the middle child. I have two sisters, Yadi and Jess. You know, they're again same thing. Like growing up, I wasn't always necessarily happy about being an older sister, just because I am a brat sometimes, and I was just used to being the baby. And then when another baby came into town, I was not a fan of it, but on now, like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I love both of my sisters, and I love the fact that I am the middle child, because again, I'm kind of sandwiched in, and I have the love and support of an older sister, and then again the love and support of a younger sister, and I get different things from both of them, and I'm able to be different parts of myself with each of them, and again they each challenge me in different ways. So I wouldn't have it any other way. I love them both to death, and I would do anything for them, and I know they would do anything for me. What else as far as family wise? My dad. This is kind of still like a tough subject, I think, just because not a lot of people know, even though I'm getting more comfortable talking about it, but it's still iffy, and I think I always kind of hold back because I feel like, oh, it also affects my sisters, and I don't know who they've told or who they haven't. But I'm coming to learn that that's nothing to do with me. That's something that he did, not me. So I have no reason to be ashamed of that. So my dad is in prison. He has been for in there for the past 7 years. He'll be getting out in 2020, so 2 years, pretty soon. At this point, it's once he gets out, he's getting deported. So it's still kind of tough because I just feel like I've lost my dad completely in a sense, even though I know he's still there. But he's missed my wedding, he missed my graduation. If once I have kids, like he won't necessarily be there for it either. I mean, I would have to drive out there or whatever, but so it's still kind of just hard to embrace. I mean, but I'm definitely in a better place now. 7 years later, after it all happened, and like I said, I mean, we've had some amazing conversations when we did get to visit. We've also, had some really good phone conversations. He remembers birthdays now, things like that. So again, I'm able to see the positive in this shitty situation. He was born in Mexico. Obviously, came here when he was young, and he didn't know how to read or write, and now he's reading, he's writing. He writes his own letters now. So I mean, that's fucking amazing. Something that he wouldn't have probably would have never done if it wasn't for him being in there. So again, I can see the positive in all of this. I'm not saying like, yeah, I'm fucking excited about it, because I'm not. But I've seen the positive sides of things, and I've seen what he's been able to get out of being there, and whatnot. So yeah, it's still bittersweet, just because he's I've basically lost him in a sense, and that's the hard part to process sometimes. And with the date of him coming out soon, it's just bringing up all these family stuff up again, and I mean, we all know how that goes. So yeah, so it's kind of still a bit emotional, but like I said, I love my dad, and today I understand that he did the best that he could, and I think he's been an amazing dad. Again, with my husband, like I think he carries a lot of qualities of my dad that my dad has. Like the good qualities that I've always admired about him. Being hardworking, being so caring, being so loving, being so protective. Um, my dad has always been very protective of me, particularly. I've kind of always felt that, but I think of just the girls in general, my sisters and stuff like that. And that's one thing that I do definitely see a quality in Sal, my husband. And again, his passion for cars. My dad was a mechanic. And that's something again that I think I see in Sal as well, and something that we kind of connected because of that love and passion for cars. Um, so yeah, that I think that kind of wraps up my family, and then well, my friends. I mean, you know who you are, but I think my friends are also my family. I don't necessarily would say I have a lot of friends, but the ones I do are like, tight knit to my heart, and they are my family. So yeah, so what brought me to this point today in my life, I recently joined a transformation program. It's called Leaders in Transformation. My sister Jessica, the youngest, enrolled in it and kind of just was. I mean, I've seen a huge shift in her. I've seen her just show up differently and just be a completely different person than what I've known. And she basically just shared about she shared something that she normally wouldn't do. She's always been more reserved, um, and just the conversations that we had, and to see her just living her life, is really inspirational and motivational. I mean, at that point I was still kind of in the fence about it, just because I had my own conversations about it, just like I don't have money, things like that, and just where am I going to find the time. But I decided to just take a leap of faith. She said, "Hey, I believe in this and I believe in you. Um, I'll give you a deposit. Just give me that you're here, that you're coming, and then let's do this. And I said, fuck, like she believes in this. She believes in me. I'm taking that as a gift. And I said yes, and I went, and honestly, it's the best decision that I could have made. I am forever grateful for her for that.